guys, today I'm going to show you how to do a 45 toss and a parallel on the flag. They're kind of confusing and it's a little windy at my house, so bear with me, but hopefully by the end of this video you will be a professional at these really awesome tricks. Just a couple of vocabulary words that I'm most likely going to use during this video. This is known as the flag silk. It's the fabric part. The flag pole is the metal or plastic, depending on what kind of flag pole you're using. You have the goobers at both ends, and your flag should have 3 tapes that cut your pole into thirds. This one, the one closest to the end, is known as the second tape. This one in the middle is the first tape, and this is the goober. So we are going to get started with parallel tosses. I am going to go ahead and show you the starting and ending positions and do one parallel toss for you. Now, the starting position is basically the flag is going to be behind you. It's going to be parallel to the ground. Haha, get the name. And it's going to be at about butt height. It's going to depend on how tall you are, but you don't want your hands to be like elbows locked, if you can see what I'm doing. This is not right. This is not right. You just want it to be nice and relaxed, kind of resting where your back curves into your bottom. Oh my gosh, it's so windy. All right, here we go. Sorry, that was not good. Let me try again. Okay, other than that ducking motion that I made, which is partly out of fear, don't be afraid of the flag. This is how you're going to catch the parallel. It's basically the same way that you toss, just the flag is in front of you, and it kind of depends on what move you're doing afterwards, but typically people will have you catch it higher rather than lower. So yeah, all right, so let's practice the movements. It's starting behind you. You're gonna bring the flag in front of you, and it's gonna rotate in a circle. So now the pole is on the left side, and now it's above you in the same position that it was behind you. It's almost like you're drawing a curly Q. Now, if you notice, not when I was bringing it down, but as you notice I'm bringing it up, my flag is remaining parallel. This is really important because with this toss, the flag is going to be spinning parallel to the floor, hence the name. It's a very cool variation to the typical tosses we do, which spin in front of you like so. So let's go ahead and do the motion one more time, bringing this in front of you, and it's just going to keep going up the staircase, like a spiral staircase. When you get up here, you're going to push it up, and at the same time, you're going to flick it. You're going to twist your wrist, if you can see my hand motion, to keep the flag motion spinning in the air like so until it comes down. So it goes up, you flick it in the air, and it comes down. A lot of people that I've taught how to do parallels, and even when I was learning how to do parallels, were really afraid of the flag falling on their head. So when I first did that parallel, if you remember me ducking, that actually, it makes it more likely for the flag to fall on your head, because when you duck, most people duck and bring their arm closer. If you bring your arm closer to you, the flag is not going to travel as high in the air, and it's more likely to hit you in the face, which is what we're trying to avoid. One way that I tell people to practice their parallels is by releasing it and running away, like so. It's hard to tell, I don't want to switch, but you want to look at where your flag is on the ground, and the goal is to have it land perfectly flat in front of you, because that means that you would catch it perfectly flat in front of you with the silk to the right. So I will go ahead and try that one more time. I think I need more flick in my toss. So we toss and run. That was a little better on my hand, if you can see my flag silk over there. It's not as crooked, but it's still not perfect. So you definitely want to take some time to practice in that way. by tossing and running away. That way you get an idea of how the motion works without letting it fall on your face. Another strategy in practicing this toss is catching it no matter what. And that's a good strategy to use if you're having a competition coming up and you're kind of unsure about this toss. The trick is catch it no matter what, and make sure that you practice your recoveries. So honestly, that's basically the motion of the parallel. It's going to be traveling up the spiraling staircase. Make sure that your flag is parallel to the ground, so whether you're recording yourself or having someone watch you, make sure they're looking out for any pitches, which means that it's leaning one way or the other. And just experiment. If you notice that your flag doesn't rotate all the way around, try pushing it harder or try flicking it harder. If you notice that you're leaning, if you have a really trustworthy friend, have them like hold you in place and see if that helps you catch it the way that it needs to be caught. So hopefully that helps when it comes to the parallel. And just remember, practice makes perfect. It's gonna seem impossible until you get it the first time, and then you're gonna be able to do it over and over and over again, and I can't wait for you guys to experience that feeling. Okay, so starting position, I'm actually going to do it facing the 45. That way you guys can get the full experience of it. You start with your left hand on the second tape, with your palm facing your right. So palm inward. Your right hand is going to be doing the opposite direction with your palm facing this way, and it's going to be at the tab. I will face this way so you can see. Your right hand should be at your hip, and your left hand should just be up at an angle, preferably a 45-degree angle, but depending on what other people in your team are doing, that may move or change. So remember to listen to your coaches when they tell you to lower or raise your angle. So the prep for it is a carve. If you missed the video on carves, go check it out. It's really good. And then you bring it up behind your head. So I will go ahead and do one. And catch. When you catch, it's going to be the opposite. Your left hand is going to be palm inward at your hip on the second tape, and your right hand will be palm inward at the tab, and it will be up at a 45-degree angle. So let me go ahead and show you one more time, like so. Now that I've shown you the beginning and ending positions, I am going to teach you the general movement. So to start, you're going to do a bottom carve. If you don't know what a carve is, go check out our video on carves. It's in the channel. It's pretty cool and very helpful, so check that out. So you're going to do a bottom carve, and then this part is tricky. You are going to flick it up behind your head really fast. It's kind of like a unicorn horn with your left hand behind your head and your right hand up above you. Still in the same position. So this part is very smooth. This part is very fast and whippy. So make sure that when you bring it, you're bringing it up at an angle, because that's what allows the flag to move at the 45-degree angle. This carve is merely giving you the power for when you whip your flag upwards. So, whip and catch. Sorry, that got a little bit away from me there. Let's go ahead, I'll do it one more time. Bottom carve, whip, and catch. The wind got in my head a little bit. It's very hard to get this in concept until you practice it a lot. Just remember that everything you do is going to be at a 45. You're dragging the flag across your body while you bring it up, and that's what allows it to move. You're not doing a circle like this. That is not right. There is no circle movement. You are bringing it up, straight up. And that's what allows the momentum for it to spin in a 45-degree angle. Honestly, the best way to practice this one is just record yourself, and watch it and see what you're doing wrong and try to fix it. And then also there is a cool little twist to this where you catch it on your knees. I will try it and see if I can do it. Basically, it's your same, but you catch on one knee, so it falls a little bit further. That's a really cool one to put in a show, very impactful. So if you think that you're now a professional at these tosses, you can add fun little twists to them to make them even cooler. So hopefully that helps. I know these tosses seem so scary and so hard, especially in the wind, but just do your best, and I hope you guys have lovely days. Thanks for watching. Bye!